And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Terran player. Currently teamless, but he just took down Wayne 2-0. He was last night's ESL Asia runner-up. Can he have another finals run? It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Again, last night, ByuN, he was knocked out in the quarterfinals of ESL Asia, and I'm sure he is wanting to get his revenge. He's wanting to have a deeper run and a better performance here this morning in ESL Americas instead. We'll see if he can. Again, I do think these two players are pretty comparable, especially when it comes to TvT. They are quite back and forth in series. For now, we do have a double gas opener out of GuMiho, and ByuN goes for a Rax. I was going to say a Rax expand, but no, ByuN is going for a 2 Rax opener instead. Okay, so a couple of things here. Basically, this opener from ByuN is designed to hard counter a proxy. If GuMiho was going for a proxy 2 Rax, ByuN would completely shut it down. So a very safe opener here out of ByuN. GuMiho, though, going for a safer opener himself, or a standard opener, I should say, going double gas into a Rax, into a factory. Now, because of these openers, I would give GuMiho the edge, but ByuN has the opportunity to turn this defense into an offense, as he will have an abundance of Reapers early on, and he's going to try to flex that Reaper advantage by getting across the map and getting some damage done. So he has the opportunity. So interesting dynamic already, that ByuN just assumed that GuMiho would be cheesing him. Meanwhile, GuMiho's just chilling. None the wiser. Is moving out with this Reaper just to scout. It is typically a really risky thing to move out with your first Reaper for this reason. Basically, ByuN is going to have a Reaper advantage. If GuMiho moved out, and if the Reaper's engaged in the center, then ByuN would quickly reinforce with a second Reaper. He would kill the first Reaper of GuMiho, and he would just win the game. Things can escalate very quickly this early on in TvT. So that's why in TvT it's very advised to just keep your first Reaper back at home, so you have your defender's advantage. And we have 2v2 coming in here as ByuN does get across the map and does reveal his Reapers. Oh, a bit of miscontrol, and GuMiho will lose 1 Reaper already. A rough start here from our blue Terran player. Meanwhile, ByuN, he backs off. He's going to build up his Reaper count. Wait for some reinforcements behind this. Additional Reaper production. Hellion on the way as well. ByuN now going for his CC. Now, ByuN's base is delayed, which means he has to get damage done. Back at home, we have 1 Reaper and 1 Cyclone. And this Cyclone is looking very exposed. To actually get an SCV. ByuN not quite pushing in towards the main. Second Cyclone is on the way, and with 2 Cyclones, GuMiho should be okay. It's another SCV goes down. We dive on the first Cyclone, and it will fall. But it's an expensive trade for ByuN as he loses 3 Reapers in the process. And GuMiho will hold. I mean, his CC was delayed, and this was very necessary damage. Remember, ByuN's CC was also late as well. Not delayed, but late in general. So he's able to close that gap a little bit further here by getting those worker kills. And from here, things are going to settle down a little bit more. ByuN getting into his 2-on-1 setup. Cyclones are on the way. Medevac on the way as well. Likewise, GuMiho also getting into his setup with his own Medevacs and Cyclones. GuMiho is moving out. Now he does have to be careful. ByuN is waiting in the center of the map to catch any free units, and he will catch a Reaper. Oh, even a Cyclone. Oh my god, almost a Cyclone as well. Again, really good positioning by ByuN. Hoping to catch anything, and he did get a unit. Even got some damage done on the Cyclone and the Medevac. And GuMiho, he has to turn tail and repair back at home. Turn tail? Tuck tail? Back up. From here, now it's going to be ByuN's turn to be the aggressor. He does have a little bit more momentum going his way. Cyclones on the way, Marines as well. GuMiho does have a defensive tank, so ByuN has to respect it. He has to be wary. ByuN, he does slip a drop into the main base, bypassing that tank, going straight for the mineral line. SCVs are going down. At the same time, the Cyclones take a big tank shot to the face. Not ideal, but the SCVs, you do get 3 of them. 3 SCVs for 1 Marine. ByuN, he turns back around with his army. He knows that he cannot break the natural base, especially with a second tank. And ByuN will happen to make it back home in time for the drop, as GuMiho is going for a drop of his own. Bearing in mind that these are going to be vanilla Marines, no stim, no combat shields. See if they can get some counter damage done. So make their way into the main. ByuN in position with his Raven, with a couple of Marines as well. Waiting for reinforcements before he does dive on forward. He does commit. And he can even save his depot. Oh my god. Up! No! Just barely doesn't save the depot. Has to be replaced. That will supply block ByuN for a couple of seconds. As GuMiho is moving out, Interference Matrix has been researched by both players. They both have disables available. But because of the openers, GuMiho, he is ahead in the tank count. He's pushing on forward, dives on these Reapers. Raven taking some hits though. Show us the disables. Auto turrets are thrown down, and it looks like GuMiho, he can take the fight, forcing ByuN back. No more energy left for any more disables or auto turrets. But GuMiho, he has a massive tank lead. The SCVs, the boys are being pulled. They have to be, but into auto turrets, into Marines. And GuMiho, he is just tearing through this army. ByuN, he can... Nah, he won't even clean this up. ByuN being forced back, he loses 22 SCVs and he'll lose everything else. GuMiho snowballing out of control. GG gets called. And GuMiho will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. Very well played. Again, ByuN was being hyper aggressive with his opener, with his build overall. The downside to it was that he was down in tanks overall, and GuMiho was just building up a superior army. Eventually, he was able to finally break free and counterattack. And when he did, again, he just had too much for ByuN to handle. Too much to contend with. And he takes the lead. GuMiho is now 1 game away from making it into the grand finals. 2 tournaments in a row. 2 tournaments in a row. Can he pull it off? As we get ready for Site Delta. Ah. Oh my god. I wish we had a Korean caster. They're talking to each other. Looks like ByuN and GuMiho, they were discussing the last game. But we don't know what they're saying. Smooch. Here we go. We are getting into our next game. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Site Delta, we have the South Korean Terran player leading the series 1-0. 1 game away from advancing on to the grand finals. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top left. Oh my god. Sending out a very early SCV. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, ByuN, looking to tie up the series. It is ByuN. There's the first SCV, and there is the second on the way. So ByuN is going for a proxy 2 racks. GuMiho, how does he react? What kind of opener will he go for? As he does, and throwing down his own racks. Let's go for his gas geyser as well. Oh, GuMiho, it looks like he's going for a racks expand. Uh-oh. No, oh my god! It is not a racks expand. GuMiho going for his own 2 racks opener. I mentioned this before, same dynamic. Remember, at the start of game 1, I was talking about how ByuN, he was going for a 2 racks opener to hard counter a proxy. And now that's exactly what GuMiho is doing. GuMiho going for a 2 racks opener to hard counter a proxy that is occurring. Oh boy, this is gonna get dicey for ByuN. Now, ByuN has to be very careful with his control. He cannot lose his Reapers. We're going to be on par here with the amount of Reapers that we have, so it's going to come down to the control. The downside is that GuMiho will have defender's advantage, and ByuN is going to have to overcome that. There will also be a window here. There's going to be these small windows, these seconds basically, where ByuN has a higher Reaper count than GuMiho. As GuMiho goes for an SCV scout, he confirms that the Rax is missing. He more or less is aware of what's going on. Yeah, he has an SCV here to tank a shot as well. We can see ByuN just waiting for his second Reaper before he pulls the trigger. Likewise, second Reaper is about to come out here for GuMiho just in time. GuMiho, yeah, he shuts down the first Reaper. It goes down instantly. This is a terrible start here for ByuN, as he loses a Reaper already. From here, what does GuMiho do? He could even go for a no shot. He's just going for a counter attack, and ByuN knows he's trying to intercept, but alas, he misses the Reapers. And there is nothing at home to defend. Oh boy, there's nothing at home here for ByuN. Reapers do reveal themselves. SCV goes down, and how many more workers will fall as the boys, they have to be pulled. ByuN, he's racing back home to defend. 3 SCVs go down. We can even maybe get a fourth as well. And this is almost game-ending damage. GuMiho is going to get cleaned up. But that is 5 worker kills this early on. And back at home, we're transitioning. We're working on a CC, working on Cyclones. ByuN is in some trouble. It's not looking good, Pappy. It's not looking good. ByuN does end up chasing down one of these Reapers at least. GuMiho does throw it away. Behind this, we have a 1-1 follow-up into a starport. Basically, ByuN is all in. And he knows that. Because he took all that economic damage, ByuN is completely all in with this. And he can still snowball out of control. ByuN can still take a fight. Looking at the unit tab, it's going to be 7 Reapers against 7 Marines. And 1 Cyclone. No bunker, by the way. Greedy move here from GuMiho to not throw down a bunker. Tank is on the way. We are now up to 8 Reapers, soon to be 10. Medevac as well. CC soon to be taken. A bit of a greedy move out of GuMiho, but I mean, we have tanks and Banshees on the way. In a couple of seconds, he should be safe and secure. In a couple of seconds, there's going to be no chance here for ByuN to really break him, as the tank is getting in position on the high ground. And we're going for a Hail Mary play. Oof. Rough start, taking a tank shot to the face. The mineral line is looking a little bit vulnerable, but nothing shoots off. The Banshee has arrived. Good focus firing on that Cyclone. But the tank does help from above. GG gets called, and GuMiho, he takes the series 2-0, eliminating ByuN from the tournament. GG. GG, well played. That was, I almost want to say, a build order loss for ByuN, because GuMiho, he just read the situation so well, going for a 2-Rax opener in game 2, where ByuN happened to be going for a proxy, and ByuN was completely shut down. GG, well played. GuMiho advances on to the grand finals. Ooh, to face off against the winner of, I believe, Cure and Max Packs, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find out. Let us try to catch up.